this. I'm going to bring in News Nation's political editor, Chris Stirewalt, host of The Hill Sunday. Chris, great to have you on. Okay, so the vote on Hegseth is scheduled for tonight. If he's approved, it's going to be the narrowest margin for any defense secretary in modern history. And Trump himself, before he left for North Carolina this morning, didn't sound like he was sure he's going to get it. He said, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope he makes it.
Well, Trump has some experience in the past, in his first term, of these things going sideways on him. I don't know what it is that would change the mind of a Republican at this point, because it wasn't as if when Hegseth came out of committee, and it wasn't as if when he had his hearings, that it was unknown about what the deficiencies and what the problems were. The idea that Pete Hegseth meets the standard, you know, he doesn't meet any typical standard for who would be the Secretary of Defense. But if you've already bought into the point to say, but this is a good thing, or the president deserves to have his picks, and you're okay, I don't think anything else that came out would change your point of view.
Right, which is why it was so puzzling that we had two GOP senators who then announced they would vote no. He can only afford to lose one more. And all this comes as we're hearing in the last 24 hours about the exact amount of money that Hegseth paid this woman who accused him of sexual assault in 2017 to keep silent. He paid her $50,000. That is not a small sum of money.
No, that's more than pocket change. This is true, but again, it was known. That's the remarkable thing about this pick, and that's the remarkable thing about a lot of what Trump does. Is he says it out loud, right? He doesn't. Yeah. It isn't. They don't say, well, it's actually very complicated, or whatever. They say, yeah, there's this thing. She lied. We paid her off to go away, and that's what it is. There's a frankness and a bluntness about it that is very different than what you would typically hear in Washington.
What do you think Senator Mitch McConnell's going to do?
You know, national security has been his the cause that he said he's going to commit himself to. I get the sense that Pete Hegseth has made it clear in his private meetings and in his hearings with senators that he's going to try to do a good job, and that he takes these things seriously. And who knows what all he said behind closed doors. As I say, once you get over the fact about the qualifications for the job, if you've accepted, well, that the president can have who he wants, then they're going to want to hear. And this is what makes us think about people like Tulsi Gabbard, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., tougher appointments still to come. Will they say the things that Hegseth was willing or able to say to senators to calm their nerves and make them feel okay about this stuff?
All right. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.